So what should you do with your retirement accounts, your IRAs, your 401ks and things when you pass on? Well, I'm Michael Redden and I'm here to talk to you guys about this. I'm an estate planning attorney, and if you have any questions about this after the video, or if you want to plan with me, reach out to me at reddenlawoffice.com and just click on schedule a planning session. Essentially, a lot of us, when we pass away, our retirement accounts outside of maybe our house might be our largest asset that we have left. There's quite a bit of money and things in there. And those are special accounts, right? Because we got to defer taxes on them and things. They have pretty good benefits, and the government's gone through a lot of trouble to get us to set those up and to protect them and things. But once you pass on, those kind of become a little bit less protected. For one thing, once they're inherited by your heirs, there's a lot less asset protection onto them. They're not really for retirement anymore. When they're 401ks and things during your lifetime, they were protected from your creditors by federal law. Once they come down to your heirs, that might not be the case anymore. Minnesota doesn't let those inherited ones have any protection above $69,000 in them. Additionally, while they're inside that account, they have a lot of tax deferral rights. You could have a couple $100,000 still left in there, and if it was still allowed to be inside that, it could grow and grow and defer taxes and be a significant amount of money. If we don't do any planning with it, and this stuff continues on, we could end up with a situation where the heir just takes it all out and gets all that tax at once. We could have their creditors coming in to get it, things like that. Additionally, they could choose to stretch that out, and then they would have those required minimum distributions. It could grow over their lifetime, and they could take just a small portion out every year. That's usually the best course for most folks. They could still have the option to take a big chunk out if they needed it, but really the best approach a lot of times is to stretch that out over their lifespan and let it continue to grow like it did for you. And really the best way to make sure that happens and still give those protections is through a special kind of trust called a retirement trust. And so those are the things you should really think about. A lot of folks may be thinking they don't want to put a lot of strings on things. Maybe they're thinking they just want to have a will and not a trust. But if most of your assets are in those special kind of qualified accounts, you may want to have that special trust so that things can come into it after you die, and it can provide that protection for your heirs and stretch that out for tax purposes and let it keep growing rather than being a big taxable event for your heirs. And it can do the good that you wanted it to do. It can act like a retirement asset for them just like it did for you. And again, if you have any questions about this, or you want to set something like that up, you can always give me a call or reach out to me at reddenlawoffice.com or schedule a planning session. Really, any estate planning attorney who is good at what they do should be able to help you out with this. So thanks again for tuning in.